Michael Cole addressed the Brock Lesnar situation on Monday Night Raw by saying the following.
Brock Lesnar would return to WWE. They told me they reached out to Brock a number of weeks ago and said, we believe it's time for you to come home. Brock Lesnar said, let's do it, and here we are. Now, John Cena may have different thoughts on what transpired last night.
It sure as hell wasn't no little contract dispute, I'll tell you that for free. Janel Grant's representative also responded to Brock Lesnar's WWE return by saying the following. For far too long, abuse was allowed to thrive under WWE's leadership. Instead of righting this wrong, WWE has done nothing to ensure those responsible are held accountable. This attempt to sweep misconduct under the rug will backfire. We look forward to the full set of facts, including those about Mr. Lesnar, coming out in a court of law where they belong, but in the meantime, we refer you back to Janel Grant's updated complaint, which outlines in detail the abuse she endured by McMahon and others while employed at WWE. But realistically, after being mentioned 40 plus times in that lawsuit, if the charges are magically dropped, I have to wonder what really happened behind the scenes. And I also still see far too many people taking the side of Brock Lesnar rather than the victim in this. Because regardless, even if Brock Lesnar clears all the allegations, Janel Grant still had all that Vince McMahon stuff going on. And I feel like a very important detail that is getting swept under the rug, or that people are just choosing to ignore, is that if Brock Lesnar did not get caught in that snowstorm, he was on his way to do whatever he was gonna do with Janel Grant. Like, it literally says in the suit, like she used that as an excuse to back out and get out of the situation, but Brock was willing and game. This isn't just like Vince McMahon only texted. And in this kind of situation, no matter what happens or how it ends, I'm never automatically at this stage going to take the side of the abuser and the abuser's friend over the abused. And so regardless of whatever happens next, it certainly doesn't seem like Brock Lesnar is innocent, and it seems like Janel Grant and her representatives have even more to bring to the table on this Lesnar-McMahon situation, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it and how it develops over the coming months and year. This episode of Raw began with the Vision. Yes, that's right, they finally have a name.
Shame on every single one of you who turned your back on me.
They celebrate their big weekend at SummerSlam, where Paul Heyman says Bronson Reed is the tribal thief, owner of the Shula Fala.
This is the way forward. This is the Vision.
Then LA Knight comes out and says he was the last one to beat Rollins at SNME and he'll be the next one to beat him. Rollins says, no, but Adam Pearce comes out and says, you lied to me and the world and you're gonna pay the price because the title match is happening tonight and that's official. We then see the Judgment Day walking backstage where Dragon Lee talks his way into a match against Dirty Dom. Then AJ Styles emerges to say what Dom did at SummerSlam was smart, but eventually you're gonna run out of tricks.
Pound for pound, move for move, hold for hold. I'm one of the best. Time's running out. Just a friendly reminder. Just wanted you to know, Dom Dom.
But Sheamus versus Rusev was a hard-hitting affair.
Graves, look out, Graves! Sheamus now slamming Rusev right on our table.
Rusev even doled out his own beats of the bow run.
And now Rusev delivering his own version of the 10 beats of the bow run to Sheamus.
Only for Sheamus to say, let me tell you something. But in the end, the fight gets so intense it gets thrown out. The booking of this feud has basically just been match, match, match. I'd like to see more layers from these two. I honestly would love to make a Sheamus career retrospective. I got into wrestling around the time when he was first WWE champion, so I've seen everything he's done pretty much, and I think his career has been so interesting. The man is practically in another prime low-key. Then, backstage earlier in the day, the New Day are still mourning and still blaming Adam Pearce. So Grayson Waller goes up to him and calls him Baldy.
Hey, Pierce! Yeah, we need to talk now.
Did Sheamus scramble your brain? I'm talking to Penta. I'll be with you in a minute. Hey, bro,
I don't care who you're talking to, Baldy.
I'm sorry, Baldy. You can call me Baldy all you like. Don't bother me. I didn't call you Baldy.
Then Pierce says you can have a match, alright, against Penta, which ends up being a fun one that gave Waller a little shine.
Almost had to mourn the loss of us. Here comes Big G again! Oh, and uncork the clothesline and down goes Penta.
This story is a little bizarre, but I'm glad Grayson is getting TV time and most importantly, in-ring time.
Michael Cole, you're like Twitter. I could say I like tomatoes and everyone would say, what, hamburgers are disgusting?
No, bitch, that's a different sentence.
Oh my goodness! Penta cover for the win!
There are few wrestlers in the game right now as charismatic as Penta. After the match, he takes out the New Day and then puts on Xavier Woods' huge hat. He throws it perfectly at them and hits a clean dive.
Oh no! Penta flies!
Meanwhile, backstage, we see Charlotte and Alexa, who see Rusev and Sheamus still brawling. They can't be separated. Then Naomi comes out and calls Brooklyn just as trash as New Jersey.
I couldn't wait to leave New Jersey because it was so whack. But I left a bad situation and came into a worse situation.
She begins to celebrate retaining at SummerSlam.
Next on my list is that Stephanie. That Stephanie Velcro.
But, yeah, I guess she ran out of time. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss cut a promo next where Charlotte says she's the champion again. It was giving Team Hell No, I'm the tag team champions. She also was very grateful for the You Deserve It chants, and I think that was Ashley speaking. They tease Charlotte finally calling Alexa a friend, but Charlotte says, I don't know about that. Or as they say in the segment, the F word.
Maybe we could be, you know, we could be whatever. Let's not put a label on it.
What were you gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I think you were gonna say the F word.
You are such a pain in my A word.
Then the Judgment Day enter and say they want the titles back, to which Charlotte says we don't back down from a challenge that we can agree on. So we're gonna kick your A words tonight. Which, I mean, in a company that had a guy on commentary just say holy shit a day ago, I'm not entirely sure why this segment was so PG era. Adam Pearce comes out and says it's official and it starts right now. Charlotte and Alexa seem to be having a lot of fun in this story, and they pick up the win here to retain.
Sister Abigail! Champs retain!
Then, backstage, Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane are chatting, while Asuka and Kairi offer their help, but Io says no. Then, it's revealed that Io is getting a Women's World title match against Naomi next week.
Because there's nothing that I want more than to finally beat you and win back the Women's World Championship.
You are never going to beat me.
It's Io's eating go fuck yourself Rhea grin for me. Then, also backstage, Bayley and Lyra are in an exchange.
We're not good for each other. I'm not your friend. I'm not your enemy. Just stay the hell out of my life.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.
Then, let's talk about how WWE is completely ruining the El Grande Americano gimmick. Because during this next match with Dominic and Dragon Lee...
Well, there's another El Grande Americano. Wait a minute. A third El Grande Americano.
Spontaneously reproducing.
It's good.
There are now 3 El Grande Americanos, not including the original. This is getting too much now. And justice for Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Ludwig Kaiser. 3 men who could so easily be doing anything else in their singles careers. When it was Chad, it was funny. It was a bit. Now you're driving this bit into the ground. Afterwards, AJ Styles would come out too.
I'm trying to use the boot again, just like last night. And AJ Styles misses wildly.
Then, in an interview with Sami Zayn, he admits that he wanted to use the pipe against Karrion Kross, but it's not who he is. He's got his eyes set on becoming world champion, and Karrion is in his rear view.
And I will be a world champion. But it's just something that I want to do right. It's just all eyes on the prize. I'm moving forward.
Now Sami's in the middle of it.
Seemingly, Sami is now involved in the Sheamus and Rusev vortex. I hope you all are happy, all of you that wanted that Karrion feud over. Now you got Sami in the best of 70. Have fun. I'm sorry, I'm a little bitter that Karrion and Scarlett are deciding not to re-sign with WWE, and they're leaving this week, basically, in case you haven't seen the news. Then, the Judgment Day say they're gonna beat everybody and also provide an update on Liv Morgan.
Because Liv is rehabbing, and she's getting stronger every day, and she's going to be back soon. In about 6 to 8 months.
Becky Lynch talks about Lyra no longer having an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship until she's interrupted by...
I'm fine.
My Total Divas GOAT against my GOAT woman's wrestler. Nikki says when she originally left, she felt like she could take a step away because the division was in good hands. But now when she looks at Becky,
you turned out to be such a disappointment. Yeah. You're supposed to be here raising a generation. You literally are handcuffing them.
Then Nikki says you couldn't make it in Hollywood, as Becky gloats about being in Happy Gilmore 2 and says she got Nikki cut from the movie.
Because my reach extends far beyond these ropes, I got you cut. Because there's only room in that movie for one of us, and it wasn't gonna be you.
Then Nikki responds by saying this.
I'm not buying this, the blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not buying it. You are a liar just like your husband.
And then Becky Lynch fires back by saying this.
Me and my hot husband are the greatest wrestling couple of all time. But wait a minute, at one point that would have been you and your...
I mean, she left John Cena, not the other way around. But anyway, you guys can't tell me that it's not getting rebooted after that.
Oh wait, you can't see him anymore.
Becky, that was cruel, that was nasty, that was reckless. Shout out to bro in the crowd in the suit though, who is flabbergasted. Bro only just found out they broke up like 7 years later.
Why don't you put your Intercontinental Championship on the line and face me one-on-one, Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch?
Then just as Becky responds,
because...
Oh! A cheap shot by Becky.
Now let's bring back the wrestler whose name begins with a B that everybody wants to see. I didn't expect this direction for the IC title, but not a percentage of me is complaining. Then we'd see Naomi backstage confronted by Stephanie Vacay.
I'm gonna take them horns and I'm gonna shove them so far up your behind, you're gonna be leaving Paris with a limp.
Ayo, Byron, don't you dare ever peek at Big Jim's cake ever again, so help me Lord. We then had an update on Gunther's injury.
He suffered a septal hematoma and orbital blowout fracture, and we understand that the ring general, Gunther, will be out of action indefinitely.
Then, the signs of a reboot continued as we all rejoice and say...
Happy, joy, joy. But what you did to Nikki was wrong.
Wrong? Excuse me. You're coming at me, attacking me 3-on-1, 4 if you count Nikki like a bunch of cowards. I didn't do anything wrong.
Natalia challenges Becky, but Becky accepts to face...
I'll see you next week.
No, not you. No, her.
Wait, what?
See you next week, sweet cheeks.
Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree, and honestly, I think they should do a moment here where Maxine actually manages to get a lucky win over Becky, and here's why. I think Maxine's reaction was very much a she doubts herself and she needs a confidence boost in story, because she's been doing all of this training with Natalia and in the Alpha Academy and trying to get better and everything. 2, it can be a protected loss if Nikki comes out and plays distraction. 3, you can build it into Maxine's Rocky story and her first title match, which is a learning opportunity for her. And 4, the low-key legend Natty Neidhart is unleashed, turning on Maxine Dupree after the match. Anyway, the main event for the world title, LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, was pretty solid, but there wasn't to be a decisive winner.
Stop! And oh my God! Punk! Through the crowd! Oh! Broad breaker!
As the brawl continues, the Vision takes out Punk and Knight.
Braun and a spear to Knight! Rollins with a stomp!
Then, just as you think the show is over, the watermark has appeared. Reigns takes out Airbnb.
Superman punch! Reigns drives Breaker to the steps!
Then, for the first time since Mania, Rollins and Reigns are about to go at it, but Rollins leaves. Then, as Reigns continues fighting Braun,
and a stomp! A stomp by Rollins!
Then Reigns just gets absolutely destroyed.
And a spear by Breaker! Tsunami! Duck for another tsunami! There's tsunami again!
Roman Reigns now joins Gunther in being out indefinitely.